This is Fantasy and Fire. We're going to get you the streams you need for your team and do a little bit of a thing we like to call the nightly notables, where we do a bit of a whip, a bit of a rewind of the day and get some of the major information that we need that we should be putting on our fantasy radars. And after 11 games and a huge one, which all concluded with a brilliant comeback win for the Los Angeles Lakers over the Spurs, Luka magic is real and it's in the house. It and more are on our nightly notable. Big thing that I am paying attention to, and I'm putting it on my injury radar, is Bam Adebayo. He had a foot injury and he left that game for the Miami Heat. Kel'el Ware is the ad 100% down the line. Now, I picked him up in a 200 player league, 20 teams, 10 players each. I picked him up the day before. I caught a lucky one there. Unlucky for BAM owners, but lucky for Ware. Now, if he's sitting around on your waiver wire, and if he is in on a waiver wire and I claimed him in a league like that, he could be on yours. He is one of my absolute must watches and must adds. We just grab him and we see where that goes. Other injury stuff from around the league that I took a note of was Cam Thomas. Hamstring again. He was out. Dylan Brooks was still out, returning later on this week. One of the other major notables that I had was Jeremy Sohan in that game that I mentioned, made his return for the season for the San Antonio Spurs. He looked very offensively engaged, and especially if you are in a deeper 14 or a 16 teamer, Sohan is absolutely worth an ad. Go out there and check your wire to see if you can pick him up. Back to the bench today was Keontae George. He has been breaking out this year. He has been on it. Now, he went to the bench with an injury and he left the game with about 65% of it done. He did look to get an update on that one. So let's just keep our eyes out what happens with Keontae George. We know that Collier is making his way back. So if they're going to rush him, I don't know. But it's something that I am going to keep my eye on, especially as Keontae George has been an absolute massive breakout this season. The schedule has favored many teams, but we've been getting these hamburger days that are really high. And we're just coming off the back of one of them right now. We've got 11 games done. We're moving into Thursday with one. That is the Phoenix Suns and the Los Angeles Clippers before we move in to an 11-game day. So who is on our waiver targets? Kawhi Leonard is out again for the Los Angeles Clippers in this one, so I am running to grab either Batum or Derrick Jones Jr. They have been playing well in his absence. Derrick Jones Jr. would most likely be my ad here. And with the Phoenix Suns, there's been some great ads. We've got Colin Gillespie. We've had Ryan Dunn this week. These are people we can absolutely look to bring in, especially with Dylan Brooks still confirmed out. So yeah, I'd be looking for Ryan Dunn there. I'd be looking for Grayson Allen. God forbid he's available in your wire. If he is, you just grab him and you ride him for the entire season. But for the Clippers, if we're after some steals or some cheeky defensive stuff, we're probably looking to bring a Chris Dunn into our lineup. And Bradley Beal will be getting the start in the shooting guard spot. James Harden will be out for that game as well. It has been confirmed. So Harden is going to out for personal reasons, which is good news for everybody on the waiver wire, because that means there are moves to make. But don't fear, because we do have that 11 gamer. Now, if you do have availability by any way, shape, or form, there are some teams that you can get into this situation. We've got the Hawks, the Bulls, the Cavaliers, the Nuggets, the Heat, the Spurs, the Raptors, and the Wizards, all moving into a Friday, Saturday. Now, this can absolutely set you up for the next day, and just putting that cherry on the top and going maybe for a Sunday and Monday stream where you're looking for a Piston, a Buck, a Timberwolf, or an Orlando Magic player coming off the Friday and Saturday. For the Hawks, we can get a little bit fringy. For the Bulls, Ayo Dosunmu was dropped in some leagues. Trey Jones is well and truly gone. But Kevin Huerter is my pick of that lot, along with Jalen Smith. With the Cavaliers, Jalen Tyson has been playing well and absolutely on the radar there. Good to see Darius Garland making his return to the court. For the Nuggets, we've got Julian Strather most likely there. Valanciunas for some extra big minutes if we're looking to track down those big man stats. If you're more of probably looking for the Heat, as I said, Kel'el Ware is the guy right there you want to be picking up, as well as Simone Fontecchio. For the Spurs, check your waivers for Keldon Johnson and Jeremy Sohan. The Raptors, get a little bit of Sheed into your life. And for the Wizards, well, Bilal Coulibaly is going to be out. So we could be looking at some more Chris Middleton action. This is Fantasy in 5. We'll catch you soon.